Hello and welcome to the Nashville Daily Podcast. I'm Stuart Deming.
And I'm Aaron Pennington.
On today's episode, we're posing the question, is Nashville too packed for New Year's Eve?
Yes, and very good question indeed. We're also going to be talking about where to go if you don't want to be a part of the big concert celebration, where else there is to experience New Year's Eve in Nashville.
We'll talk about all of this and more on Nashville Daily.
Stuart, I noticed that you are wearing some merch. That is the beautiful Explore Tennessee logo on a very nice, soft sweatshirt.
But you know what's interesting is the sweater I'm wearing is a forest green and not black. And
It's forest green, yeah.
we're sitting in front of a green screen.
Green screen problems, am I right? But you can probably also find a similar color to what you're seeing on screen.
Yeah,
you go to exploretennessee.com.
So explore, look at that. Look at explore in the logo of Tennessee, and it says Tennessee. It looks like a nice little badge that you get from a national park.
There you go. You can check out all the merch at exploretennessee.com.
We also have a candle.
You can also find that candle on there.
That candle's called Tennessee Trails, and we have an Explore Tennessee sticker. We're bringing out the guns, guys, with branding. But if you're looking for a home in Middle Tennessee, there's a really cool opportunity that's happening over with thinkbrad.com. You can call him or text him 615-856-3270. And this giveaway is pretty awesome. It's happening over the next few winter months. I don't know what's classified until the end of winter,
when it stops getting cold.
Because it's going to be cold over the next couple days. But the giveaway is this. Brad's going to cover part of or all of the closing costs on a house. So
for one lucky person.
For one lucky person. So you have to do a few things. You have to text Brad 615-856-3270, and you have to subscribe to 3 different YouTube channels.
I think let's just do the original one. He said 2. So let's. We're not gonna make it too difficult on you.
Okay.
So subscribe to @ThinkBrad. That's Brad's YouTube channel, and then subscribe to this channel, Nashville Daily Podcast. And text Brad. Tell him you did that. 615-856-3270.
And tell me your YouTube name.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, maybe
because
if you have a YouTube channel,
confusing.
Maybe Brad will subscribe to you.
Yes.
You text him.
But
oh man! All right. Speaking of like Explore Tennessee and everything, Stuart, let's take a few minutes before we get into the crowdedness of New Year's Eve in Nashville. Let's take a few minutes to explore Tennessee through trivia.
Yeah.
And are you going to be quizzing me?
Yeah.
This is a Tennessee trivia book.
We haven't done this in a while.
One of the more updated versions of Tennessee trivia.
And when you say updated,
I mean post 2005. After 2005, maybe?
This is copyright 1985 and it was republished in 1991.
Which is funny because that book looks like fairly new.
Kind of. It's on the front of the book. It has a football, so for the Tennessee Titans. It has a banjo somewhere.
For country music.
It has the General
music.
Jackson. It has a cabin. It has a cannon. It has mountains. It's kind of cool. All right.
We
haven't done this in a while, so I'm gonna do 3 different questions.
Okay.
A geography question, a history question.
All right.
And then we'll figure out the last one. All right.
I got this at McKay's for like $2.
You actually may know this, man.
Oh no.
I think you will know this. I'm gonna ask 2 geographic questions because I think you're gonna get this.
Okay.
No, you won't get that one. I'm gonna skip that question.
The point is,
actually, I think you will get this.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
All right. Geography, Tennessee trivia. First question: the breathtaking, beautiful Savage Gulf State Natural Area is found in what county?
Oh,
you know this.
Yeah,
you know this.
I know this. It's counties are still. I think you're a little bit better at counties than me.
Starts with a G. You
G.
got this. You got this.
Yeah, it's it was one of the options. I was thinking either Marshall or Grundy.
Grundy County.
So
it is.
Grundy County,
Win.
Marshall
Chicken-
County's
chicken dinner.
right next to there, I believe.
That's somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Yes. I get the counties confused. That's one thing I'm still trying to remember is all 95 counties with the county seat.
Yeah, I know the caverns
Still
are
what
in
I'm
Grundy
working
County.
on.
Grundy County's got a lot.
There's so much in Grundy County. All right. You may not know this one. You may know this one. What hamburger chain began in Chattanooga in 1932?
Ooh, a hamburger chain in Chattanooga in 1932. So many early Great Depression era or later things came out of Chattanooga. Hamburger chain, is it well known?
Yes.
Ish.
In Tennessee, yes.
Ish. Gosh, this is going to be interesting. Um,
Personally, I do not like it at all. I think the burgers are disgusting.
It's that doesn't help at all. I'm going to say Wendy's, even though I know that's incorrect.
It's Crystal.
Crystal Burger
Yeah.
was in Tennessee.
Yep.
Interesting.
All right. Let's get into the history questions.
All right, history.
I think we just need to do a whole episode one day of just reading questions and taking guess.
Okay.
I had one. Now where did it go?
Now, where did it go?
It just disappeared. Okay. I think you will know this.
Okay.
If not, you and I have talked about it in the past.
Okay.
What was the name of the Cherokee village from which the name Tennessee was derived?
Oh, that is, I know we've talked about it. It is, oh man, this is difficult because I know basically what it is. It's like it sounds like what would be an early pronunciation of Tennessee, essentially, but I don't remember the name exactly.
So
Is it close to like a Tennesaw or something like that?
that's close. Tennesaw, yeah, basically. So the Cherokee word is Tansaw. So
Yeah.
Tanasi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's how you got the thing. When this was published, by the way, this was $5.95, just in case
Oh, there
you
you
were
go.
wondering.
I got it like
All
half
right,
off.
let's do you want arts and literature or sports?
I have an equal shot of missing both, so surprise me.
Science and nature. There we are. All right, this question you will get.
Okay, thank goodness.
What is the state tree of Tennessee?
The state tree of Tennessee is the birch tree.
No,
I don't know.
it's the tulip poplar.
Oh man, I knew that. I've read about that.
All right,
Tennessee trivia.
Final question.
Oh no, we're doing another one. Here we go.
Making this up on the fly.
All right.
What is the Tennessee state drink?
Oh, the milk.
Milk.
Yes.
Everyone-
We've talked about
everyone-
that
yes.
a lot.
Everyone goes and they're like, oh, it has to be whiskey because of Jack Daniels. No, it's milk.
Yeah, I wonder when that was
Established?
decided.
Probably 1800s.
Yeah.
Or right in Prohibition.
Those milk
Prohibition,
lobbyists, they work hard.
Prohibition passed in 1909, and they're like, well, you know what? We have to make the state drink milk. We just have to
Yeah.
do it. Whiskey is no longer here legally.
Yeah,
You have to do
so they're like, we got to pick now. It's now or never.
But speaking of whiskey, the alcohol is going to flow really well for New Year's Eve here in the city of Nashville.
It's going to be a majority of the sales that's brought in.
Yeah, there's a joke.
New Year's Eve night.
There's a joke here that we're a music city with a drinking problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true.
Yep.
The alcohol flows really well, and let's talk about some of the events where this alcohol is going to flow really well
Well, let's
for New Year's.
before we get into that, can we talk about our thoughts on if New Year's Eve is too crowded in Nashville? Because before we get to these alternatives, I think it's important to know and understand why, we might not just recommend the general
City
go
Bash.
go to Bicentennial and just hang out on Broadway, why that may not be the best recommendation for somebody who has not been to a New Year's celebration in Nashville before. And comment below your experiences in New Year's Eve Nashville. I talked about this when we talked about the Music City Bash a couple episodes ago, and I mentioned that it was 2016 or 2017, maybe a year after, when they split the experience. It used to be all on Broadway
until 2018. Yeah, I can't remember the date.
The stage used to be right at First and Broadway in that area. That's where the No Trop was, and so you had hundreds of thousands of people in the Broadway, Second Avenue, Demonbreun area, mostly Broadway and Second Avenue, and it was absolutely terrible and horribly packed. So packed that they decided to split between Broadway and Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park got the majority of the show. It's where the stage is. That's where the concert is. I can't remember if they bring like an LED wall down to Broadway.
I thought they did.
I think they do.
Yeah.
So you can watch what's going on there and kind of experience it at the same time as everybody down at the park. But it is Nashville's New Year's Eve still too crowded, even with the split that we have now.
Do you want my personal opinion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it's too crowded.
Yeah.
I like the crowds because crowds bring in money.
But do you like to be in? Would you go
absolutely
to
not.
that experience? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And the reason for that is I celebrate bringing in the new year by sleeping on my bed. I couldn't tell you the last time I was up. I think 5 years ago was the last time I stayed up for New Year's.
Yeah.
Like, it's just another day for me. Personally, if not, I'm either watching a movie or I'm playing Call of Duty.
Okay,
like
so
that's what I'm doing for New Year's.
Okay, so let me give you a challenge. If you had to be out of the house and celebrate New Year's somewhere in Nashville, what would you do?
In Nashville?
Yes.
I want to get away from Nashville. I want to go to the Smokies, man.
Okay, so in Nashville, and then we'll do not in Nashville.
My preferred experience in Nashville is me being paid to be with clients.
Well, let's just no. Let's say like your scenarios, you have to celebrate New Year's in Nashville. I'm going to put another an option that may help you get more creative in this. You don't have a budget.
Don't have a budget.
You don't have a budget.
Okay. All right. If I did not have a budget, I would rent out a honky-tonk floor.
There you go.
Probably Redneck Riviera, because I've done this before, so I know what the experience is like. I would rent out a private floor. I would get the unlimited food package. I would get a 2 or 3 drink coupons per person, and I would invite about 15 to 20 people.
There you
We'd
go.
just have a little get-together.
And you can still see the fireworks.
You can still see the fireworks.
Nice.
And we have our own singer-songwriter that's singing songs to us.
Okay.
That's what. If I had unlimited budget, that's what I would do.
Yeah. And I think you guys will see here in the experiences that we're talking about, that's kind of the heart of some of these things.
What would you do?
It's still going to be way too crowded, even with those experiences.
Oh, yeah.
Even with these private packages, even with all that.
It's very expensive.
Still going to be, yeah. It's going to be very expensive, very crowded. All right. So if you had to choose experience where you're like, okay, Nashville's not an option, too crowded. You said Smokies?
Oh, dude, I'm going to get a cabin. If I was up celebrating New Year's, I would get a cabin in the Smokies, and that's what I'll do.
There you go.
Just
love it.
Sit at the cabin and hopefully see a bear. That's the goal. How about yourself?
Okay, so if I was in Nashville, what I would do is I would rent out a private room at a restaurant, maybe not downtown, but more of a steakhouse type restaurant, and have kind of a later dinner. That way, the dinner ends maybe an hour before midnight. And then I would rent out a private, or of course it would be private. I would rent out an Airbnb with good rooftop access for Nashville.
Like near Edge Hill?
Yeah, and have a bunch of like finger food and nice just food, drinks, coffee kind of stuff, and have the experience there on a rooftop. That way you don't have to experience the crowdedness of downtown Nashville.
And you could just stay at the Airbnb.
And you can stay at the Airbnb. Don't have to worry about the traffic.
You don't have to worry about drinking and driving, which do not do. Do not be an idiot.
The state, I believe the
sheriff's
Tennessee
office.
Sheriff's Office, state troopers, they all do programs for holidays like this where you can actually request a ride from them.
Yes.
They're going to take you back to your house.
Yes, and you could leave your car somewhere and get a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of a cool scenario. Let's talk about what are options in Nashville that are offered, mostly paid opportunities, but they buy some of those things that aren't offered for free things like private rooms, drink packages, stuff like that. And if you've never experienced a Nashville New Year's Eve and you've only experienced just Nashville downtown, there's one change in downtown besides the crowd. Well, there's two changes. One, if you're a photographer, you're probably not going to be able to bring in really nice photography or video equipment into the downtown area for this time of year. Yeah, besides the fact that don't do it because it's going to get stolen and it's too crowded. You're probably not going to be allowed to bring it into a lot of places because of the fireworks show. Visit Music City keeps that pretty tight. And then the second thing, a lot of bars that you normally would be able to walk into with no cover charge because, you forget cover charges are a thing because we're spoiled here in Nashville. People don't charge cover charges that often. But that's a thing on New Year's Eve. At least I haven't been downtown in quite a while, so I'm pretty sure most bars do have a cover charge on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's been a thing for quite a while.
Yeah.
Are these holidays like New Year's Eve and 4th of July will be cover charges, so expect that. I don't know if that's changed, but all right. So let's get into some of this stuff that will buy you a little bit of access, a little bit of less crowd, maybe a little bit of food and drinks.
So we're only going to cover 5. So we're not going to cover the entire list. So this is from Nashville Guru. The first one that we're just going to cover, I'm going to cover this, is the 1230 Club's Draper as Hell.
I think it's Dapper.
Draper.
Don Draper. Dapper as Hell New Year's Eve bash.
Literally, like the way my position is with my computer, my eye can't see the full word. So this is happening from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. $325 for tickets. That's not including.
You get 4 tickets with that? No, per ticket.
Per ticket.
Oh,
that's pricey.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing that's standing out to me, and then Aaron, I'll have you read 2 of them. Nashville's Eve Countdown Cyber Party.
Oh,
sounds like you could just do this online.
What is this?
This is 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Famous Nashville. Tickets are starting off at very reasonable prices of $25 to $50. Futuristic Roblox cyberpunk attire is highly encouraged.
All right, so I'm going to talk about Midnight in Nashville. This is at Luna, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Luna is at the Grand Hyatt.
That is their rooftop. Luna's Grand Hyatt's rooftop bar. So you get an open premium bar with your $300 ticket.
Nice.
And a $75 credit at the Nashville Grange for dinner.
That's
that
cool.
night. They have live entertainment, elevated after-dinner appetizers and desserts, midnight champagne toast, complimentary valet parking. I actually really enjoy that one. If you had to spend money, that would be a good one. You get a good fireworks view as well because you're above most things over there at Luna. So I really like that one.
$300 for those tickets, if you're wondering.
$300. Here's a cheaper option. Let's go to Bobby's.
Bobby's, all right.
Bobby's New Year's Eve countdown, 9 p.m. They have DJ dancing, midnight balloon drop. Of course, I believe it would be at the rooftop.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually. This is in their lobby and lounge.
Oh, this is not in the rooftop.
So this is not the rooftop.
The rooftop probably has its own private experience.
But I will say it's $50, so less likely to it's not as pricey, but not a good fireworks view, but it does include complimentary bites, a sparkling reception from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
So that's an interesting one.
All right, the next one that's standing out to me, and this will be the last one we highlight, and then we'll show the Nashville Guru page just to show you how many things are happening throughout the city. It's insane. But this is emo on prom night, and this is happening at the Virgin Hotel, the second floor of the Virgin Hotel, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., $100 plus tickets. And now we're just going to go through Nashville Guru.
Let's start at the top.
Like the very, very top?
Yeah.
Or the hotel top?
Yeah, no, we can just do the top of the parties.
All right, so this is just the parties. This is not including the big Music City bash.
We will have this link in our show notes, so if you want to see what is all available.
It just keeps going.
It literally keeps going. Every hotel, every restaurant, every honky-tonk is
And
having some kind of paid
going-
opportunity for some private events.
If we were to read all of this, it would take 2 hours. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, are you still going?
Yeah, it's still going and going and going. Let's see if I can get to the end. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
just got
We made
to
it.
the
There we
end.
go.
All right. So that's what's happening on New Year's Eve. And one thing we do have to highlight, this happens every day of the first day of the year. And every time, yeah.
Every
So-
January 1st.
And this is the first day hikes hosted by the Tennessee State Parks. This happens basically at all 57 state parks, and these are going to be guided hikes throughout the parks. So if you have drank yourself into a coma and you're like, I just need some fresh air,
Set your alarm.
set your alarm, get there early so you can do a first day hike.
Yeah, these
This
things are
is-
early. This is also for the people who are like you are
Yes.
going to, sleep and then
Yes.
wake up at a normal
I
time
am.
on January
And
1st.
I'm not going to be drinking
Yes.
whatsoever. And guess what I'm doing on January 1st?
A first day hike.
A first day hike because I do that every year. And I'm actually doing a guided hike at Radnor Lake that day. So
Let us know.
Very fun.
If you're also booking a first day hike, let us know. Here's the cool thing. They also have New Year's Eve hikes
Ooh, that's a new
available
thing.
here. Radnor Lake has a New Year's Eve, a wheelchair accessible sunset hike and tour. Big Ridge State Park. We don't get to talk about Big Ridge State Park much. They have a first hike of the year 2023 labeled as December 31st. I don't know if that's accurate.
Maybe they're getting their dates wrong.
But everybody else has January 1st.
It's those time zone
down.
changes.
Yeah, so...
What are you doing on your first day of New Year's?
I will just be getting back into town on the 31st. So probably locking in and not going anywhere. First day hike could be a possibility.
So my day
Could be a possibility. It depends on the weather. You like the cold a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hike it.
So it may depend on the weather.
My first day of 2023, I'm eating at the Chef and I'm going to a hike at Radnor Lake.
Ooh.
That's a great way to start the year.
That
folks.
is a great way. If you're also looking for merchandise, is a great way to start the year. Screen Threads, our sponsor, has you covered for that. You can use the code Nashville Daily for 10% off in person or online. Let us know in a comment below what you are doing for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Let us know how your New Year's celebration as a whole is going to turn out. Are you going to do a first day hike? Are you going to participate in any of the downtown events? Let us know. See you next time. Thank you for listening to Nashville Daily.
To learn more about today's episode, visit NashvilleDailyPodcast.com. And to stay connected, head to our Discord, and you can find the link at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com/connect. Nashville Daily is now offering tours. If you would like to take a tour of downtown Nashville, head to the link in the show notes or find out more details at NashvilleDailyPodcast.com.
Nashville Daily Podcast is an Explore.Nash production, copyright 2022.